Hi guys, it's Dustin with Floor GI here in Grand Island, and we wanted to talk to you guys today about relative humidity and why with a wood floor that's so important, because inside of your home, if you're going to put down wood, wood is going to move based on the humidity levels in your home. Not very much on temperature, mostly moisture. So again, there's lots of different ways. First off, you can see that. In this case, we have a standalone relative humidity gauge, and this happens to be a digital one. There's also mechanical ones out there, and even the ones that are just attached to your furnace thermostat. So again, just keep in mind there's lots of different ways to look, but point is you definitely want to have one of these. With a wood floor, manufacturers actually are specifying the minimum relative humidity you should have within your home for a wood floor is 30%. That's the lowest they'll actually warranty the wood. So make sure, like in here right now, we're at 16%. We're way too dry, and that's even with running a humidifier in this building. So keep that in mind. You want to keep that above 30%. But also I want to cover with you guys what really to expect when those humidity levels are going to change. Now with a solid wood, it generally isn't going to be detrimental to the floor. It's just going to end up either being gapping in the floor or sometimes cupping or other different types of movement related issues. Under worst case scenarios, the moisture levels go too high, the wood will actually expand against itself so tightly that sometimes it can buckle off the floor. Now those are adverse conditions. Usually that is actually caused by improper installation, because going back to the install side for a second, when we come in to install your floor, we're going to check what your humidity levels are at, and we need to know that you're close to that mid-range, which in Nebraska means we're going to shoot for around that 40%. 35 on the low side, 45 on the high side. That's where we're going to shoot for on install, and that way when the moisture level drops, we're going to see, you know, down there in that 30% if you're running a humidifier ideally, and then as the humidity level goes up, in Nebraska we know the highest usually inside the home is around 60%. So that's going to again keep any of those really bad things from happening in your floor. So again, make sure when you're having your floor professionally installed, the reason that you're acclimating a wood floor during install, taking the wood into the house, letting it sit there, there's no set time for how long it has to sit there, is because the reason is we're trying to acclimate to those conditions, or condition the wood to an idealistic humidity level and temperature of around that 70 degrees and around that, again, 40 to 45% relative humidity. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for tuning in with us today, and make sure with wood floors you're keeping an eye on your humidity levels.